Alright, hello and welcome. So, Baro is back, so let's talk about what he brought today. That being two things that we already knew he was going to bring, which is a minor unvaulting for Volt Prime and the Odonata Prime. And then in addition to that, he has the relic for the Aklex, so if you didn't get that, this is the time to get that as well. With this minor unvaulting, it is important to talk about what is actually important here. That being, of course, Volt Prime is the more valuable of these two primes. Odonata Prime is Arcwing, first and foremost, which makes it basically completely irrelevant unless you just need the MR from it. And even within being Arcwing, the Odonata is immediately below the Amisha and the Itzel in terms of how useful it is in the remaining content we have. So the Odonata is hard MR fodder. Like, nobody should care about that. That being said, that makes the Axii V8 relic immediately more valuable than the Neo O2, or O1 rather. Because the Axii V8 has the Volt Prime Neuroptics in it. You want those. Those are the rarest bit. So I would suggest going for that first. Because if you get that, then you have a much better chance of just being able to like sell some other items you might have laying about to just buy other pieces you might need for Volt. That being said, of course, Volt is going to retain his value as long as he has the ability to be a meta Warframe on Eidolons, because that is what he is at current, because his shield is like the only thing left in the game that can buff operators for some reason. So yeah, that's valuable. There's value there. Besides that, it is important to note that just math, if you're doing full Radiant parties and you have a full party of 4 people that are all doing Radiant, like V8 runs, don't buy more than 3 relics at a time. Because otherwise you run the risk of wasting a lot of ducats. Because on average, to get the rare, if all 4 of you bring 4 Radiant relics, it will take you 3 runs to pretty much for certain get the part you're looking for that's a rare. And besides that, you need the uncommon from this relic anyway to build Volt Prime. And then you can go for the much more common parts that are in the O1, which will take you like no time to get. Then, beyond all that relic business, we have Prime Flow. Prime Flow is very, very good. Obviously, that is going to be used on a lot of Warframes and is very worthwhile. And then besides that, we have some of, not the full set, of the pure slash mods. So the thing about this is that these can come from Eidolons now, from capturing them. So these are significantly devalued. So if you're not going to run any Eidolons, then maybe you pick up Sweeping Serration, because that's incredibly good on the Tigerish Prime. But otherwise, probably not. Probably you just wait until you get one until you get Sweeping Serration from the Eidolon, because that's probably a good just way to wait it out. With that, Prisma Dual Cleavers, very, very good dual swords. There are a hell of a lot of very, very good dual swords, though. But these have the bonus of having an augment. So take that for what you will. These are going to be very powerful. If you like how they look, they're going to serve you very well. Moving on to the rest of the PC items, we have the entire Edo Prisma set, which is fine. Maybe not my favorite set that Baro sells, but it's okay. And then the Anpu Staff Skin is whatever, and the Anpu Sugatra is okay. And then we have a Falcon mod pack, which is absolute cancer. Do not buy that. It is like let's hold on. Let's take a look real quick. That costs how many ducats? 250. How much does a V8 relic cost? Half of that. Please spend wisely. Do not under any circumstances buy this fucking Falcon mod pack. Just do quick maths. Get the V8 relics instead. Get 2 of those. 2. You can get 2 of those for the price of these fucking Falcon mod packs. Don't get Falcon mod packs. And then we can move on to console, which unfortunately did not get the relics, but has some other things to go with that. So there's a bunch of skins. You have the Prisma arrows, which are okay, though I prefer the Katir arrows personally. Kavat armor, Hydrate Immortal, the Lizette Prisma skin. All the ship Prisma skins look dope. The Katir Raza, that thing's pretty good. The Twin Gurkata Towson skin, so this can also be used on single Gurkatas. So that's actually like a 2-skin bundle. Tempo Royale, which this is a really good way to get Tempo Royale if you don't have it and don't want to farm bursts for 3 million years. So Tempo Royale is a fantastic stance. It is the fast-moving stance to counter Cleaving Whirlwind, which is much slower but higher damage. And then besides that, on this, we also have Astral Twilight, Vermilion Storm, and those are easily farmed. Don't bother with those. Those are not worth buying from Baro, especially not at the incredibly high price point they're at. And then we have Fang Fusillade, but that is also not really worth it. And Prismogricata is very, very worth it. That weapon is outstanding. The damage is so, so high. So if you need a really good machine gun, you're probably going to want to pick that up. That's very good. And then Prisma Veritux, as we just talked about with the Odonata Prime, this is an Arcwing weapon, so it's just MR. It's just fodder, nothingness. And then even within that, the Centaur is strictly better than the Prisma Veritux, so no one cares about this weapon. If you need the MR, pick it up if you've got the extra ducats. It's a very, very high price point for a weapon that's useless. But, you know, that's how it goes. So, yeah, that is Baro Katir for today. I hope you guys all have luck with, like, farming Volt Prime if you need him, or if you're looking to build up sets to sell, as that is a fairly good way to make some platinum in some cases. So, yeah. Later, everybody.